Hello everyone and welcome back to the box office! Coming as a surprise to no one, I was hilariously wrong in my predictions. However, I should have stuck to my guts on my first guess regarding at least the number one film, because coming as an actual surprise to me, Venom: The Last Dance came in number one again with $16.2 million. By the way, I should point out, these are once again the Sunday estimates. I will have the final Monday numbers in the description below for you. Just to screening purposes, again, I had to film this on a Sunday. But back into it, it only dropped 37% from week 2 to week 3. Again, it's holding stronger than a lot of people thought that it would, but this might be due to lack of kind of blockbuster competition, or hey, maybe people are just enjoying Venom 3. You know, either way, the movie is going to end up being at least somewhat of profitability for the studio, but I don't know if it will come close to the numbers of Venom 2 and certainly not Venom 1. Coming in second, a film that I didn't expect to chart, as I mentioned last week, was The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, making $11.1 million in its first week. Coming in third was Heretic in its first week, making $11.016. Again, look at how close that is between week 2 and week 3. Or not week 2, week 3, excuse me. Number 2 and number 3. I would not be surprised if in the final Monday numbers, Heretic actually came in second place. We'll have to see. We'll keep our eyes on this, and please look in the description below for that final outcome. The Wild Robot came in fourth, dropping 11%. It gained 11% last week and then dropped it this week, making another $6.65 million in week 7. And Smile 2 came in fifth with another $5 million in week 4, dropping 26% from last week. Now, there's a lot of interesting stories going on there, especially regarding Wild Robot. I mean, it continues to just keep killing it with money, and you have Heretic coming in third, but what might be second by the time you watch this, we'll have to see. But Venom 3 still holding strong. Again, a little bit of a surprise, considering its low cinema score and its bad reviews. But hey, it's going to end up being profitable, and actually, it looks like it might be profitable even now. Let's dive into the charts for it. Before we do that, though, actually, as you can see, some other films this week. Conclave came in 6th, but it only dropped 19%, still holding strong, especially for a movie with that target demographic. Anora gained 36, but it also opened in 851 more theaters, so that can be expected, especially with how low it's been doing, at least so far. Here had a 50% drop, but it opened so low that it's not really going to do much for the studio there. We'll just do 10, fuck it. We Live in Time came in 9th, dropping 36% from week 4 to week 5, and Terrifier 3 dropped 54% from week 4 to week 5, coming in 10th place. Venom: The Last Dance now has $394 million worldwide. It'll be at 400 probably tomorrow. And it has made 3.6 times that production budget back. So like I said, already in the profitability range for Venom: The Last Dance. Can it get to the 500 plus that Venom 2 made and the 800 plus that Venom 1 made? Doubtful, but hey, we'll see. Never say never. It is, holding stronger than people thought it would. The Best Christmas Pageant Ever has only opened domestically, so that 11 million number is accurate for it right now. I don't have a budget for it listed, and I also didn't look it up earlier. Forgive me for that. If you have the budget for the movie, please comment it so we can figure out its profitability range that it needs to hit. Heretic now has $13 million worldwide after a small international open. I also don't have its budget. I imagine it's around 15 to 20 million just from it being A24. It might even be less than that. So we'll have to dive into those numbers there. I saw the 10 million number floating around, but I couldn't quite pinpoint it as accurate because it wasn't a trade or a reliable source. So I'm going to assume a little bit higher until I see something that says otherwise. The Wild Robot now has $292 million worldwide. It will probably, if it keeps on the run that it's going, it will eventually get to $300 million worldwide, 130 of that domestic. The studio has to be pleased with that, especially with its $78 million budget and it making 3.7 times the budget. Great job, Wild Robot. Smile 2 now has $123 million worldwide. It's going to end up coming quite short of the first Smile film, but the budget for this, it's not listed here, but I've heard it was around 20 to 25 million, so they can't be too upset by that considering the massive profit margin that it still has. So now the question is, what will happen next week? The predictions that I give will be inevitably wrong, but nonetheless, here we go. I think the only new movies that open semi-wide are Red 1 and A Real Pain. I imagine Red 1 will open to first place. It doesn't look like a fantastic movie to me, but hey, I could be wrong, but it does look like it will have mass appeal with the movie stars in it. So I'll predict that Red 1 comes in first place. I'll predict that Venom 2 comes in second place. We'll go Heretic third place. I'm going to go crazy and say Wild Robot fourth place and The Best Christmas Pageant Ever fifth place. That's where I kind of see everything playing out. I don't know if A Real Pain will have enough juice to get it in that top 5, but hey, been wrong before. I'd like to see it do well. I see both of those films, Red One and A Real Pain, next week, so be on the lookout in case I do some reviews for them. But with that down, guys, that'll be it for this episode. What are your predictions? Please comment them below, and if you're right, I'll shout you out on the next episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.